Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to do a recap of how to search Gale ebooks, or the old name is called the Gale Virtual Reference Library. We're looking at the Dallas College Library homepage. So move down the page. We find the database link. So I'm going to click on it. So it takes us to this landing page. Dallas College databases. We have an alphabetical listing of all 114 databases. We have a subject guide here in case you need it. That's the one that we talk about in the class. Okay, the one we will focus on is called the Gale Virtual Reference Library. You can also find it in the alphabetical list by click on G, and it's actually it recently changed the name called the Gale Ebooks. Okay, this listing actually needs to be changed, but it hasn't, and I've told the district people, so maybe next week they will change it. So don't get confused if either it's called a Gale Ebooks, Gale Virtual Reference Library. It's basically collection of reference book or subject encyclopedia in this case, and as I said, it's online subject encyclopedia. So I'm gonna click on Gale ebooks. Good. In order to record this, I actually restart my machine just to get this page. This is the login page because it has to be the very first time in the day that you use database or the login eConnect. It will ask you to do this. So all you need to do is click on Dallas College Student Staff Faculty Login. Since I have used it so frequently, I have it all entered here, so I just have to click on it. If it's your first time, just enter it, and then you need to enter your password. Mine is actually the screen already remember it, so I just need to OK it by click on sign in. In your case, the password is your eConnect password. Okay. It takes a while actually for this landing page. Okay, my home Wi-Fi connection is okay. I think it has something to do with Gale ebooks. Okay, so we're inside Gale ebooks. Every database that you sign in, make sure you look around. Look for how the web page is organized. This is obviously just a showcase, what I call search and browse. So there are always two ways to access a database. One is you type in the search term, the other is you browse the collection. So in our case, we're going to do a search here. I'm going to type in euthanasia. As I said, it often gave you prompts. You can use it or ignore it, but do pay attention to it, and don't blindly trust what's prompted here. In this case, is actually I do like assisted suicide to be included, so sort of like a broaden my search a little bit, because sometimes the word by word search, it will only search euthanasia, since assisted suicide in this case is actually a similar concept, so I like to include it. So here's my search result, and you notice here it's a sort by all of the search result, no matter what, actually including your Google search. It's actually ranked in a certain way. In this case, it's actually by relevancy, which means uh, by search engine standard, I think the most relevant one are ranked high on the top of the list. Of course, I mean, uh, the most relevant is actually this concept is title shows up in the title, its title itself, or it's actually the subject index term or the subject index term itself. So um, they are all the entries by one search term. We search multiple subject encyclopedia. In this case, is Encyclopedia of Population, and this is Encyclopedia of Human Development, Encyclopedia of Genocide and Crime Against Humanity. And they are all multi-volume subject encyclopedia, and then give you a brief sort of information. Um, Loosely, we can call it citation. I mean, like basically where this entry is from. I'm gonna pick the second one called Euthanasia from Encyclopedia of Human Development, and we want to use this as an example to have a look at the article display. So Gale Ebooks article display, author, editor, from this document type, um, and that's the article, and there has actually 6 pages in the encyclopedia, although now we're actually looking at an HTML page, so it just run on web pages. Okay, um, it actually talking about different countries, you know. Okay, so I want to show you cite and send to. These two buttons are very important for our research. Cite is basically where you can find citation. It's like you're citing, you need to cite this article. We're talking about citation specific in a different session, but here I just want to briefly show you that's where you can find Gale eBooks article citation. Okay, so, and this is the MLA 8th edition that we're going to use. Send to, when we click on it, you can send to 3 different places. These two are all cloud drive. You can save it in Google Drive or OneDrive. I want you to really take advantage of this email function because it's a way that you can track your own research by sending yourself a link. So the next time when you come back, you can use the link, go into that article right away. It may actually ask you to log in if it's your first time of the day, but that still it saved quite a few links. And also really this thought process that you don't have to try to remember what you did last time, and what article you've read a little bit or you want to read more, so you can actually do that. Okay, read it once, need to read it more thoroughly. Write yourself a note in that way. Okay. You don't need the full text to be shown on your email, so make sure you do the citation. Okay. So send, it should show up in your mailbox. Okay. So the reason I urge you to send your email and track your research, um, you're going to be bombarded with all this information, and you will be overwhelmed by the options that you have, the number of articles you're going to read, and then you're likely to lose track. And this is really just for our research experience. Okay, so And also, this article for your further research, um, you may find end of the article. Each article in the encyclopedia has further readings and references. You can study here and get information. In this case, it actually, see, opposing viewpoints is the other database we're going to talk about. So you know that that database also covered this topic. It could be a good one, and it's worth trying. Do a search and find it out. And these are some export option that I don't use it right now. I use a different bibliographic tool, but don't worry about this part. Just make sure that you know where to find citation, how to send yourself a link. Um, the sometimes the C also search term can be useful. See, this is a live link, but this one I don't think it's very useful. It just talk about death. So this is in so euthanasia, an article from the database um, that we landed, and so I talk about how to search it, how to find it. I will urge you to look at the LibGuide that goes through the search term that I included in that guide, because finding the right search term is very important. It's also part of your research. At the beginning, it may be actually a little murky, not very clear, but as you go along with your search, it will become clearer and clearer. But make sure find a good article, start to read, um, because by reading the article, you get ideas of your next level search. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope it's helpful. Good luck with your research. Bye.